Drugs fall from the sky on the French countryside. A woman with 800 tattoos complains she cannot get employment, and South Koreans instantly become younger under the New Age system. These are the weird stories for Wednesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a single comedian inside a very small closet. I got 3 weird news segments from around the world. Let's jump into it. Jump! For my love. Drugs fall from the sky in the French countryside. Another reason to visit France. A French fighter jet intercepted a tourist plane over a remote region of France over the weekend, leading the pilot of that plane, it was a small aircraft, to throw out more than a dozen bags of suspected drugs. Oh, what a shame. Where exactly was this? Let me know so I never, ever go there. All right, let's find out a little bit more about these free drugs. I'm sorry, these illegal, terrible drugs that fell from the sky. It's raining meth. Hallelujah, it's raining meth in France. One of France's most modern fighters was sent to check on this single-seated tourist plane. It was flying over the remote Ardèche region over the weekend. This small tourist plane flew through some restricted airspace near a nuclear power plant and was judged to be maneuvering very suspiciously. The modern fighter jet is called a Rafale fighter. And as that jet drew near, the Air Force pilot, quote, witnessed very erratic behavior in the cockpit of the tourist plane, what they described as real agitation. Yeah, probably thought you were going to blow it up with your Rafale fighter jet. That's why he's acting agitated. Or probably was on some of the drugs that were in the plane. Probably was, I'm going to have to ditch these drugs. Let me do as much as I can before I throw them out the window. What a shame. And I thought I was going to have a vacation. The fighter pilot reported, quote, over the course of a few minutes, I saw the door open and packages being thrown outside. Now, the suspected trafficker, a Polish national with past drug offenses, was arrested after he landed at an airstrip in Lannes, in that particular region of France. Investigators found around 15 packages on the ground containing an estimated 66 pounds of a white powder that is being analyzed. It's always a white powder. They pretend like they don't know what it is either. Well, we don't know until we analyze it. Yeah, bro, we know. We know what it is. You don't have to analyze it. Just stick it on your tongue and you'll know. It's not baking soda, bro. They also found more than $50,000 in the cockpit of the Polish registered plane, as well as in the pilot's bag. The incident follows the discovery of more than 2 tons of cocaine on beaches of northern France in March. The following month, UK border forces seized more than a ton of cocaine found floating in the English Channel. Wow, there's just free drugs over in Europe. I had no idea. I know where my next vacay is going to be. Just gallivanting through the lovely fields of the French countryside. Oh, what is this? Whoa, packages from the sky. Thanks, Cocaine Santa. Isn't this how Cocaine Bear started? I think they're preparing for Cocaine Bear Part 2. It'll be called Cocaine Bear 2, Bon Appetit. A woman says she can't get a job because of her 800 tattoos. Oh, my goodness, imagine having 800 tattoos, and then you're surprised that you can't get a job. I think that's the weird part of the story, is her surprise. When you engage in problem-creating activity, don't be surprised if you encounter problems. Tattoos are a super hip fashion statement that can make anyone the focus of attention, it says in this article. But for a British woman, the tattoos have become a constant source of rejection everywhere she goes. The woman with the 800 tattoos claims that finding meaningful employment is quite difficult for her, since employers criticize her tattooed experience. Yeah, I mean, you look like a freak lady. Your entire face is a black tattoo. What is this? Yeah, well, I don't even know why you would do this to yourself. It seems to be a sign of some sort of disorder. If I was to look at you, I would just assume you got problems. And I wouldn't have you working in my coffee shop. And that's not discrimination. That's just being rational. According to the media, Melissa Sloan, age 46, who hails from Wales in the UK, previously had a job cleaning toilets, but says she hasn't been able to find any gigs, even cleaning toilets, because of the art that adorns her face and body. Art, is that what you're calling it? Okay. I think that's a subjective opinion. I mean, to her, it's art, but, to the rest of the world, I'm going to be honest, it looks like a second grader ran up to you with a magic marker and just scribbled all over your nostrils. That's what it looks like, sadly. We have a quote here from Melissa. She says, "I can't get a job. I applied for a job cleaning toilets where I live, and they won't have me because of my tattoos. People have said I have never had a job in my life, but I have had one once, and it didn't last very long. If someone offered me a job tomorrow, I would go and I would work. I would take that offer. I really surely would." It says here, Melissa is a mother of 2. Oh, all right. Someone made a baby with a lady, tattoo lady. Well, alcohol runs rampant over there, so it's possible. It says Melissa first started getting tattoos at the age of 20 and quickly became hooked. You're more than hooked, honey. I mean, I was kind of hooked on tattoos, and I stopped at, maybe, 7? And none of them are on my upper lip. It says, despite all of these difficulties finding work, Melissa continues to obtain up to 3 new tattoos per week. Okay, so you see that it's creating problems for you, yet you still dive straight in. Well, that's commitment, guys. Melissa brilliantly says, "If I make it to the age of 70, I'll still be getting them. Every bit of skin will be covered even if I'm turning blue. My face is already turning blue. I rather look like a Smurf." It looks black to me, but okay, if you say it's blue. It says here, Melissa has a particular penchant for facial tattoos and has no bare skin left on her face. She's inked over old tattoos 3 times, creating a multi-layered collage all across her face. It looks like a giant scribble all over. I mean, it doesn't even look like, you can't discern any shape of anything. To me, looking at the photo anyways. She says, "I've got many layers on my face. I probably have the most tattoos in the world on a face. If not, then at the rate I'm going, I probably will have it. In the end, I'll have that record. I keep going over and over them on my face." I can't understand why she can't get a job. It's 200 tattoos on your forehead. It's so strange. Jonesy, you're tattoo shaming someone. No, I'm not. I'm dumb shaming someone is what I'm doing. Let's be clear here. Yay! Do you want to create a podcast? Spotify's platform lets you easily make, record, and distribute a podcast and even earn money all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Record and edit on your phone or your computer. Send it to Spotify and everywhere podcasts are heard. They even have video podcasting options as well. Spotify for Podcasters allows you to earn money with ads and subscriptions too. Best of all, it's free. Try it. Download Spotify for Podcasters or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your life, man. South Koreans instantly become younger under the new age system. South Koreans have become a year, possibly 2 years younger. This follows new laws requiring the use of the internationally recognized way of counting ages, which took effect this past Wednesday. It replaced one of the country's 2 traditional methods, where people are deemed to be a year old at birth, taking into account time spent in the womb as well. The Korean age system also sees people aging up by a year on the 1st of January every year instead of on their actual birth date. It means someone born on New Year's Eve would turn 2 years old on New Year's Day. The other traditional method, or counting age, considers a person 0 at birth, but their age goes up a year every 1st of January. This method means someone born on New Year's Eve would turn 1 on New Year's Day. The counting age method will still remain in place with many laws still using it. For instance, people in South Korea can buy alcohol from the year and not the day they turn 19. Nonetheless, the new law could mean that South Koreans have years knocked off their age on official documents. And it also means, oh, surprise, suddenly you're dating an underage person just like that. I thought she was 18. Well, she was yesterday. Now she's 16. I'm so sorry. Although I think the age of consent in South Korea is probably 16 anyways, maybe even 15. It's pretty young over there. I'm not going to get into that. It says, since the early 1960s, South Korea has used the international norm of calculating from 0 at birth and adding a year on every birthday for medical and legal documents, but many South Koreans continued to use the traditional method for everything else in the culture, which could cause just great confusion, I'd imagine. And even this new change is going to cause some problems for government. In a briefing, the minister Lee Won-kyu said, "We expect legal disputes, complaints, and social confusion that have been caused over how to calculate ages will be being greatly reduced." One government survey, which was conducted in September last year, revealed that 86% of South Koreans said they would use the international age system in their everyday life when the new laws take into effect. Yeah, because they want to just get on board with what seems to be the normal way to age something, which is a year from the day that it comes into the world. Like if I make a burrito and I put it on the table and then I come back 365 days later, to me that burrito's 1 year old. So I think it makes more sense to do it this way. Of course, some citizens are thrilled to be getting younger as a result of this change. They have a quote from Choi Hyun-ji, a 27-year-old office worker in Seoul, who said, "Well, I was about to turn 30 next year under the traditional Korean age system, but now I have some more time earned and I love it. It's just great to feel like you're getting younger." Oh yeah, why stop there? Go back more years. South Korea's figured it out. They're one step closer to immortality, guys. They're doing it, and who doesn't want immortality, right? I know my news will make you happy. Weird news. I know this news will cheer you up. Weird news. Guys, come on, guys. Get with me. What is it, the Pointer Sisters? I can't remember. I got too many old school songs bouncing around in my skull. Unfortunately for you, you got to listen to them. I want to thank everybody for messaging me over the holidays, wishing me a nice 4th of July holiday celebration in the United States of America. America, pew pew! I had a great 4th of July holiday extended weekend. I decided to take Monday and Tuesday off, guys. I know I hardly ever do this, but I just was really enjoying myself, having barbecue, having pool time, lovely pool time, and of course my share of fireworks. I got a lovely email from Michael Horitzauer, so I wanted to give Michael a shout out. He wrote me, "Hey man, just wanted to take a sec and say happy 4th of July to you. Hope you have something amazing planned. Still listening, still laughing every morning with you. Thanks for being an integral part of my day. Keep on keeping on, and good luck with your life, man." Michael from Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, Michael's messaged me a few times. Fan out of Cape Town, South Africa. I'd love to go visit. Never been to Africa. I also got a wonderful review on Amazon. It's 1 star from user Bumblebee. A lovely, lovely review. The title is "Death Isn't Funny." And then they wrote, "No reason to read about a person who dies. Not funny for anyone." Oh, poor Bumblebee. God, very sad individual. I feel so bad for Bumblebee. Nothing funny about someone dying. Death isn't funny. What's wrong with you? Oh, poor Bumblebee isn't aware that sometimes death is funny. So sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Anyways, if you guys would like to write me a review, please at least give me 2 stars, Amazon is probably a good place to do it. And many of you have Amazon accounts, and you can do that. You can also write reviews on individual episodes on Spotify. So that would be cool if you did that, or gave it 5 stars on Spotify, just to kind of offset all the 1 stars that I get for making fun of death. Oh, canceled. You're canceled out of the closet. How dare you make fun of death? Oh, stick to making fun of face tats, man. Why you gotta make fun of death? You know what? You know what's even funnier than death is someone who has so much time on their hands that they could listen to a free podcast for 1 episode and then rush over to Amazon and write a terrible review about it. That's pretty funny too, right? Those people, wow. Pills, baby, pills. They're out there. Get some. Alrighty, well, let's move on and wrap up this outro. I'm going to publish some phone calls after this, and one of which has a nice birthday wish in there. So Stick around for that if you'd like. If you'd like to call the show yourself, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, feel free. 646-450-2012. Leave old Jonesy a message. If you have an inclination to support the show because you listen rather regularly and you like what I'm doing here in the closet, then consider going to weirdafnews.com, and there's a couple ways you can support the show. You can buy me a coffee, or you can join the Patreon. That's a fun thing to do. And you get extra additional weird content in the Patreon as well. So, as always, good luck with your life, man. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yay! Hey, Jonesy. You remember that time you broke your finger and then you slammed it into a laptop and it hurt? Oh, man. You remember that? Fun. Oops.
Hey, Jonesy, I'm going to use your voicemail as a personal call service, if you will. You know, 'cause it's using the sound of science, technology, and all that. I want to say it's a wonderful Florida Friday, which is my daughter's favorite day with you. And it happens to be June 30th, which is my lovely daughter's amazing 14th birthday. I hope you have nothing but the weirdest Florida Friday stories to tell her on this wonderful day. Celebrate your 14th turn and way around the sun. I want to thank you for playing this, if you do, for her birthday. I want to thank her for making my life so much better for 14 years. And, you know, good luck with everybody's life, man. Thanks.
You rock and roller. You're celebrating the 4th with a beer in your hand, and you're smoking and drinking, and you're doing it all for Jesus. All right, hopefully you're doing good, Jonesy. Just figured I'd say hi, I don't know, smoking and drinking for Jesus. Huh, sounds like a ministry thing. Could be the band Ministry, but I doubt it. I know they say something, build my high ride for Jesus or racing for Jesus. Anyways, ministry song. I don't know if you're in the ministry. You know your rock and roll music, but you sing your rock and roll trivia, but you always say you're going to R&B concerts and no rock and roll concerts. Wonder about that. Well, anyways, I figured I'd call you up and say happy 4th of July. Hopefully you're doing good. Love the show. And to all the weirdos, love you all and be safe and have a good 4th of July. Your buddy Jim from Cleveland. I'm out.
Hey, Jonesy, are you still going to be prank calling some Floridos, Floridians? Yeah, that's what Dolphins, the Dolphins, Florida Dolphins. Are you still going to be prank calling some some Floridians? Yeah, so that was a great idea you had back in the day. And also T-shirts would be great. Man, I'd rock a T-shirt, Weird AF T-shirt. Put your Weird AF on the sleeve, side sleeve, you know. Put something on the back, like a big old circle, Weird AF, big old emblem kind of thing. Yeah, make it look like the what was that? Like an anchor. Yeah, make it look cool. Anyway, and keep it weird.